Good evening, wrestling fans. Gordon Soley with you here for more championship wrestling from Florida. We've got the Florida Heavyweight Champion Barry Windham on hand tonight, and we want you to stick around to see that. We'll be back right after this. All right, wrestling fans, we are back and we are ready here for our weekly programming here on Championship Wrestling from Florida. We've got a great card lineup for you tonight, and that includes the Bahamas Championship, which will be defended right now. Here comes the former champion, Tyree Pride. We've seen what he's capable of, and he is the former champion. So with that in mind, Mr. Pride is going to have a big task ahead of him, to say the least, as he's going up against Sir Oliver Humperdinck's one-man gang. Buddy, what are your thoughts going into this match?
Well, personally, I think that the one-man gang is proven time and time again that he is exactly what he says, a one-man gang, and he took that title away from Tyree Pride with relative ease. I don't know. Tyree Pride gives up so much size, so much strength. I just don't know how you overcome that, but he's had an opportunity at least to learn from past experience.
Well, indeed he has, and we're going to find out just how much that really means right now as he comes to the ring, the one-man gang, as the Championship Wrestling from Florida's NWA Bahamas champion. Successfully defended that title in the Bahamas just a couple of weeks ago. Tyree Pride, a huge fan favorite over in the Bahamas, and a lot of fans left disappointed and sad that he was not able to get the job done. But tonight may be a different story. We will see. Sir Oliver Humperdinck, of course, always a threat to any match that someone gets into against one of his men, because he's always that outside the ring threat. And now, wait a minute. Tyree Pride wasting no time at all. Tyree Pride going to take advantage of the one-man gang. Had his back turned, and that's probably not the right move to make, but he did. And Tyree Pride going to work on the one-man gang.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Tyree Pride wasting no time at all going to work, and now look at this distraction.
Well, this is exactly what we warned about. Sir Oliver Humperdinck getting him to turn his back, but he caught him. The one-man gang just got caught by Tyree Pride. This has the makings of a huge upset if he can finish what he started. Tyree Pride, he wants that belt back, and he wants it back in a big way. Hammering away with some clinch fist. Referee allowing a lot of bending of the rules right here, because Tyree Pride really should have been admonished for what he was doing. But now you see the one-man gang putting him in a half Boston Crab. Tyree Pride not going to give it up that easily. The early advantage that the one-man gang gave up has still come back to haunt him, as Tyree Pride now going all the way up to the top rope.
Well, Tyree Pride's going to go to the high-risk district right there, and he nails him. Big move right there by Tyree Pride.
I thought he had him. I thought we had a new champion, and now again, Sir Oliver Humperdinck doing what he does best, and that is distracting the opposition, and now the one-man gang going to try and take advantage of this opportunity. He's got a face full of, or a handful of face, I should say, raking the eyes of Tyree Pride, the big man who rolls out to the apron. Referee is out. Referee got in the way and paid the price. Now Sir Oliver Humperdinck thinks he's going to do something. Tyree Pride takes out Oliver Humperdinck. Referee just down, beginning to make the count. The one-man gang is down. These fans on their feet, they're starting to realize something special is going on here tonight. Tyree Pride now on the receiving end of a huge haymaker, and that could be the difference right there. Arm drag, nicely done, Tyree Pride. Again, single leg drop kick, and again, Sir Oliver Humperdinck at some point in time. The referee is going to have to do something about Sir Oliver Humperdinck. Another single leg drop kick. He is using his speed advantage to his advantage. Tremendous move again, and Tyree Pride one more time going all the way up to the top rope.
Tyree Pride has had opportunities, and he's going to take advantage of the ones as they present themselves, like this one right here.
Taking a page out of the book of the Great Muta, and look at this. Tyree Pride still only a 2 count. But he's got to be believing it's close. Look at this. Schoolboy roll up, but he's halfway outside the ring. He couldn't hold on to that. Irish whip sends the one-man gang to the rope. Leapfrog by Tyree Pride. Drop kick right on the money. And will that be enough? He hooks the leg of the one-man gang. Referee in position. We could be looking at a new champion. Sir Oliver Humperdinck, in the meantime, putting a steel chair into the ring. Referee has not yet done anything about the chair. I'm not even sure he's aware of it. Irish whip sends him to the ropes, and now what's he going to do? Tyree Pride try to get him. The one-man gang going to make him pay for that. That steel chair dangerously close to where these two men were wrestling. And that's a loose interpretation of the word. It was a fight. And it remains a fight here in downtown Tampa at our television studio. Missile dropkick, and he missed, and the referee now distracted again by Oliver Humperdinck. How much more? Look at that move. What a move by Tyree Pride.
Well, it was all over in my opinion right there, but again, Sir Oliver Humperdinck continuing to distract Tyree Pride at key moments in the match, at moments where it looks like it was all over, and now Oliver Humperdinck is once again, look at this, here it is.
He rolls it up. He's got it. Oh, he only gets him for 2. Tyree Pride so close to reclaiming the title. There's the neck breaker. Now Tyree Pride over the top. Oh, and the one-man gang struggling to get a shoulder up. It was almost over, fans. So close to being over. How much more does a one-man gang have to take? And we will see. There's a fireman carry using his own size, weight, and momentum against him. Is Tyree Pride. That was smart. But now the one-man gang fighting his way back. Tyree Pride back in the ring, perhaps a little too soon, but he manages to make it work. Single leg drop kick catches him again, and again, Oliver Humperdinck up on the apron.
Once again, Oliver Humperdinck knows exactly what's going on. He knows his man is in all kinds of trouble. And what's he going to do? He's going to distract. That's what he does.
Nice move right there. He escapes, does Tyree Pride, what looked like certain doom. Tyree Pride, what's he doing? He's going all the way up. This may be a problem. Down across the back of the one-man gang. Tyree Pride set the bar early in this one. Goes again for the roll-up, and again too close to the ropes. Both men battling it out now. Oh, he walked right into that knee lift, and now Tyree Pride with the opportunity. Ducks it out and got caught with a heavy clothesline, and now the one-man gang gets one, and Tyree Pride out the back door. Tyree still has the fight left in him. Oliver Humperdinck continues to distract Tyree Pride and try to keep his man as the Bahamas champion. Look at this, Tyree Pride with a neck breaker, and down goes the one-man gang. This has been a war between these two men. Tyree Pride has him. What a move down across the throat, and the one-man gang is in trouble. Nice follow-up by Tyree Pride. We may have a new champion right here.
Again, a 2 count is all he gets, and it's very, very close right now. Tyree Pride knows that it's very close, and he knows that the opportunity is now, and he's got to take advantage of it.
Tyree Pride indeed right now having huge opportunities to take advantage of the one-man gang. The question now being, can he do it? He's been close on a number of occasions, but he hasn't been able to put it away. The referee has got to do something about Oliver Humperdinck, because at this point in time it is out of control. The only reason the one-man gang is still the Bahamas champion at this moment is because of Oliver Humperdinck. He's got Tyree Pride up now. Power slam. And that could be all she wrote right there for Tyree Pride, I believe. Tyree Pride still able to kick out the back door. Down across the midsection. And now the one-man gang, Snapmare taking him over and has him in a surfboard. Gonna stretch out Tyree Pride, his shoulders and his back until a point of possible submission. Tyree Pride working his way back to a vertical stance. Goes for that drop kick. This time he misses, and the one-man gang with the answer. How much more is the one-man gang going to have to hand out for Tyree Pride? There's that running splash, and Tyree Pride now is in a world of trouble. The one-man gang goes for the cover, hooks the leg, gets one, and that's all, as Tyree Pride still able to come out the back door. One-man gang doesn't know what he has to do at this point in time. He's sizing him up. Nobody there. Tyree Pride just dropped him. And now Tyree Pride sizing up the one-man gang.
Well, right now, if Tyree Pride can do it, then he can. He's got it rolled up. He's got the shoulders down. Referee's in position.
He's got two. He got him. Ladies and gentlemen, a brand new Bahamas heavyweight champion, Tyree Pride, found a way to get it done.
Well, you know what? Tyree Pride, right from the opening bell, wasted no time whatsoever. He attacked the one-man gang from behind, took a page out of the book of Humperdinck, you may say, and he went to town on the one-man gang. He absolutely gave him the beating of a lifetime, and he had to give him everything he had. There was no other way.
Despite the size and weight disadvantage, somehow Tyree Pride found the answer to the question, how do you beat the one-man gang? Many people have tried, very few have been successful, but Tyree Pride gets to add his name to that ever-growing list.
And you look at Oliver Humperdinck, he is absolutely besides himself right now. He is not happy. Not at all happy.
Fans, stay with us. We got plenty more action still to come. We got the Florida Heavyweight Champion Barry Windham in action later on tonight. We'll be back with more championship wrestling from Florida. All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining us here in the broadcast position right now is a very irate Oliver Humperdinck. And Mr. Humperdinck, one-man gang, just losing not only the match, but the Bahamas Championship to Tyree Pride, and I know you're not happy about that.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Soli. I am the man who runs the House of Humperdinck, and I have expectations of all my men. And if they can't make those expectations a reality, then maybe there's no room in the House of Humperdinck for them.
What are you saying? Are you throwing the one-man gang out of the House of Humperdinck?
What I'm saying is this: I don't manage losers. And if the shoe fits, you know the rest.
All right, fans, we've got more of Sir Oliver Humperdinck and his team coming up right after this. Stay with us. All right, making his way to the ring at this time, young Sam Houston, and this man has been moving around the circuit quite a bit, and mixed reactions there when it comes to the wins and the losses, but the one thing that is a constant are the fans love him.
No doubt about it. He's very, very popular, especially with the ladies. He's a good-looking young guy, and the fans just really taking to him very quickly here. No matter where he goes, whether he's here in Florida, whether he's in the NWA in Georgia, whether he goes to Texas, doesn't make any difference.
Well, you mentioned the state of Texas. Of course, right now they're going through their hardships with the World Class Championship Wrestling program being suspended here from the Nation Network as they are currently without a champion. But fans, 24 hours from now, we're going to know who's taking over that slot here in the Nation Network. And there are a lot of questions that will be answered.
Yeah, I can tell you, I'm very, very, very much looking forward to find out who is going to have to fill that. And those are big shoes to fill. No doubt about that. That's not going to be easy.
No, it is not, but we move along. The show must go on, as the saying goes, and that's exactly what's happening here on the Nation Network. It is unfortunate, however, when something like that occurs, it doesn't do any good to the business. It doesn't do any good to the organization. And quite frankly, I'm not sure how good it looks on Jerry Lawler to be a champion who will not defend the title.
Well, I don't think defending the title is his issue. I think he just really wants to shut down Texas wrestling. He hates it so much.
Well, he hasn't shut down the promotion, but he has shut down the coverage here on the Nation Network, at least for the moment. If such time they can get that title back, then they'll be back. All right, bell sounds, action's underway. Superstar Billy Graham locking up with Sam Houston right in the middle of the ring, and now the Superstar finds himself in the defensive position. Headlock takedown now by Sam Houston. We heard from Oliver Humperdinck just moments ago as Billy Graham has now turned this thing to his advantage very quickly and very effectively. That he has no room in the house of Humperdinck for losers, and I believe he was referring directly to the one-man gang. Superstar Billy Graham with a big knee right to the midsection. Now he's got him. And there's a running bulldog taking a page out of the book of Sam Houston is Billy Graham. Former world champion in his own right. Superstar Billy Graham knows how to win a match, that's for certain. And against a youngster like Sam Houston, who's given up so much in experience, not to mention just raw power, Superstar Billy Graham put together like a freight train in many ways. And Billy Graham says, I'm not going to have anything to do with that. And down again goes Sam Houston.
Superstar Billy Graham is indeed. He's a former world champion. He knows how to get everything done in the ring. And he's got a guy like Sam Houston who's still learning the ropes in many ways. Even though he's a great wrestler, he's an accomplished wrestler, and he's learned a lot in a short period of time. Superstar Billy Graham is no one to be messed with.
Well, this is a match that no matter what Sam Houston gains from, even if he does lose, you're in the ring against one of the best. You're in the ring with a former world champion. You have to be better when it's over. That's just the way it is. Sam Houston now using the short arm to bring him into a couple of back elbows. And that's a third one. And down goes Superstar Billy Graham. You see Oliver Humperdinck. Now right here is where that youthful inexperience is showing up as he plays to the crowd, looking for that support that he already had, quite frankly. Acknowledging the crowd, not the thing to do, especially against a guy like Superstar Billy Graham. But thus far, he hasn't paid the price for it. Going for the scoop up in the air. He's got Graham. He couldn't hold him. Billy Graham turns it inside out, and Oliver Humperdinck likes what he sees.
No doubt Oliver Humperdinck has got that bitter taste in his mouth from losing the Bahamas Championship just moments ago, and he's looking for Billy Graham to restore some of that faith that he has to have when it comes to the house of Humperdinck.
Deep arm drag right there by Sam Houston, and that one caught him. And now Houston going for the neck breaker on Billy Graham, and that one hit. Sam Houston now getting some offense on Superstar Billy Graham, who looks to be a little bit dazed at the moment. Using the ropes to get back to his feet. Sam Houston is on him. And now doing the right thing, dropping Superstar Billy Graham face first into the turnbuckle, and now Billy Graham is in trouble. Superstar Billy Graham is dazed, and he's down, and now there's a big elbow from the top rope by Sam Houston. I thought he might go for the cover. That would have been a good opportunity to try. He catches him with that running lariat. Oliver Humperdinck getting involved.
Humperdinck is distracting the referee by removing the turnbuckle pad, or acting like he's going to, and now he's distracting the referee in a different way. Superstar Billy Graham taking advantage of it.
Oh, he couldn't hold it. Sam Houston turned it inside out. Billy Graham has been busted wide open. What is happening here? Clothesline by the youngster, and now Superstar Billy Graham is in trouble. He drops him head first again. That cut wide open now, and his face quickly becoming a crimson mask. Sam Houston taking a page out of the book of Humperdinck, choking out superstar Billy Graham.
Well, right now, Humperdinck's got to be reliving one of the worst moments he's had in a long time and just moments ago, and now here comes another one.
There's a bulldog by Sam Houston. This could be over. He hooks the leg, referee distracted, or it would have been over. Superstar Billy Graham, a bloody mess, but he caught Sam Houston coming in.
I'll tell you right now, superstar Billy Graham is just absolutely taken off guard. He doesn't know what's going on here. This is supposed to be a relatively easy match, in his opinion, for certain. But Sam Houston, we've told you, has been learning this game as he's gone. And that one big move right there where he reversed it on Billy Graham, and it turned out to be huge. Billy Graham busted wide open, and now the blood flowing down the face, as you mentioned earlier.
Superstar Billy Graham is in very unknown territory against somebody like Sam Houston, but Sam Houston, by that same reckoning, is also in unknown territory, because to have an opportunity to beat a guy like Superstar Billy Graham is not something he's had a lot of opportunities to do. Graham goes for the big right hand, and Sam Houston able to dodge that move and suplexes him on the concrete floor. Oliver Humperdinck, in the meantime, throws a steel chair into the ring.
Referee is distracted by what's going on outside the ring, doesn't even know there's a steel chair behind him yet. Billy Graham gets thrown back in by Sam Houston, and this, I'll tell you, could be another huge upset. The first one wasn't as big an upset. This would be huge.
He caught him with that lariat. It's over, but the referee again is distracted by Oliver Humperdinck.
Yeah, something's got to be done about this Humperdinck. This is out of control. This is out of control. No way. This match was over 2 times already. Somebody's got to step in and do something about this.
And now here it is, the Bulldog, and Superstar Billy Graham is down. Hooks the leg. Referee out of position. Come on now.
Oh, you see, this is what I'm talking about. He had him for over 4. He could have pinned him. He could have put him away. Humperdinck, though, look at the face of Billy Graham.
He is a crimson mask, no doubt about it. Superstar Billy Graham catching Sam Houston coming in. And this match again is over, if not for the fact that Oliver Humperdinck is still allowed at ringside. Houston manages to sidestep the attack of Superstar Billy Graham, and he gets out of dodge. Superstar Billy Graham feeling the effects. Sam Houston turning his back, and again, that's a mistake you don't want to make. Goes for the cover. This could be all she wrote.
No, not yet. Superstar Billy Graham, he has done nowhere near enough. This kid has been on a roll right now, and Superstar Billy Graham going for the small package.
Now, let's see if that's enough. 1, 2, and Superstar Billy Graham unable to hold him down for the 3 count. Close, but no cigar. Billy Graham now with that nice reverse suplex, and I believe Oliver Humperdinck has been removed from ringside. It does appear that he is gone, and I guess the referee finally had enough.
The referee finally had enough of Oliver Humperdinck, and that's good.
Superstar Billy Graham, in the meantime, out on the floor. Referee's count continues to climb, and now Sam Houston will be going outside the ring with him. Now it is one-on-one. Now there is no more Oliver Humperdinck to break the count. Sam Houston moments away from the biggest win of his career. Superstar Billy Graham back in the ring. There will be no count out here. Superstar wants a win.
Superstar Billy Graham, he cannot believe what's happening right now. Look at the condition of the face of Superstar Billy Graham against Sam Houston. Who would have predicted such a thing?
Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Maybe a win, maybe an upset win type of thing, but never the beating that is being handed out here. Superstar Billy Graham down again. Sam Houston hooks the leg. He gets 1. He gets 2. And it's over.
Unbelievable. What an upset win for Sam Houston. Good for him. He withstood it all. He took on not one, but two people in this one. You see Oliver Humperdinck time and time again.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're right. Time and time again is right, because Sam Houston on multiple occasions had that Texas lariat and had superstar Billy Graham down and out. Graham had opportunity. Sam Houston managed to survive it. What a huge victory for Sam Houston. What does this mean for superstar Billy Graham? Is he going to be in the doghouse along with the one-man gang in the House of Humperdinck? We will find out. Fans, stay with us. More action to come here on Championship Wrestling from Florida. All right, wrestling fans, we are back with more here from the Sunshine State, and here you get a look at them. They are the NWA US Tag Team Champions. They reclaimed those titles once again. Just recently on a non-televised program in the NWA, Stan Lane apparently misplaced his, but they reclaimed those titles from the Fantastics, Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers, and now, once again, the Fabulous Ones are the U.S. Tag Team Champions.
Well, those titles have bounced around a couple of times in the last month ever since those two teams finished in the finals, and it's been that kind of a rivalry. These two teams are so evenly matched. But, yeah, to your point, right now they are the NWA U.S. Tag Team Champions. They're going up against the Florida Tag Team Champions here, members of Kevin Sullivan's Temple of Five.
Well, the Temple of Five remains one of the great forces to reckon with here in the state of Florida. No doubt in great part to Kevin Sullivan and his leadership. Say what you will about his style, but the man knows how to put a team together, to assemble a team that is able to wreak havoc anywhere they go. The great Muda, Kendo Nagasaki, they are the Florida Tag Team Champions. As representatives of the Temple of Five, and they come to the ring against the United States Tag Team Champions.
Well, this easily could be a main event anywhere, and it's here. It's here in the state of Florida. It's part of Championship Wrestling from Florida, and that's why. It's because we have the very best wrestlers anywhere in the world right here in the state of Florida.
Well, if you're going to be a world champion in any other promotion, then all roads lead through the state of Florida, no doubt about that. If you want to prove what you're worth, you come here. When you've got champions like these two men here, when you've got champions like Tyree Pride, who overcame unbelievable odds earlier tonight, when you've got champion like Barry Windham, then you know that the Sunshine State is where it's at. The mystique surrounding the Temple of Five. Stan Lane and Steve Keirn will not be put off by that, notable by the absence at ringside. Usually we will see Kevin Sullivan and the Fallen Angel, where tonight they are not here, but that is because Kevin Sullivan's got his hands busy later on tonight.
Indeed he does. He's going to be going up against Mike Graham, and that's going to be a tough one right there. Mike Graham's got his army assembled to go up against the remaining members of the Temple of Five, and Mike Graham has made it very clear he is going to, one way or another, get through Kevin Sullivan, and he won't be happy until Kevin Sullivan is out of wrestling it's definitely in the state of Florida, but if not all together, because of what he has done and how he has affected Mike Graham's personal life.
It has been going on since the month of November. Indeed, Kevin Sullivan has had major impact in the life of Mike Graham, and there are paybacks still to come. Some have happened, some are still coming, but no doubt about it, Mr. Graham is going to be looking to hand out more punishment because Kevin Sullivan is still here. He hasn't left the state of Florida yet, but I think it's only a matter of time before we get there. Tremendous suplex now by Kendo Nagasaki, taking advantage of Steve Keirn in the moment. This is a non-title match. We shouldn't make that announcement. But we're looking at two tag team champions right here, and this is truly what it's all about.
Stiff forearm right there by Kendo Nagasaki. Nicely done. German suplex, and Steve Keirn got folded in half with that one, and that's something big right there. There's a tag made. It comes Great Muta in. And Muta, we have seen evolution in this man over the past month.
Well, indeed, we're a week away from a huge wrestling event taking place in Muta's homeland of Japan. Well, Kendo Nagasaki's as well, for that matter. And it will be Wrestle Kingdom, and it's a week away from today. You won't want to miss that, fans, here on the Nation Network. It is a huge event taking place in Japan. It'll feature some of the greatest names in Japanese wrestling as well as North America. Steve Keirn now taking advantage of the Great Muta and having the opportunity to take this youngster down. Now brings him over towards his corner. Going to make the tag to Stan Lane.
Well, right now it looks like he's thinking about it, but there it is. Tag is made. Stan Lane measuring up Muta. Gave him a little bit of time, I think, to recuperate, which probably wasn't the smartest move, but what's done is done, right?
Indeed, and Stan Lane is done with as he brings down the cross-knee backbreaker, and Muta getting that one right now. Stan Lane from the middle rope with that axe handle right to the head. It would be a huge win right here for, well, both of these teams realistically, but I mean for Stan Lane and Steve Keirn to validate that United States Tag Team Championship. Of course, if the members of the Temple of Five were to get the win, then that would definitely propel them, you would think, towards bigger and better things. Nice move right there by Muta to get out of a would-be powerbomb. Comes up with that nice savant kick right to the side of the head. And now he follows it up with a powerbomb or a pile driver. We'll see. He's got him, and what is he doing with him? Oh, he just delivers him head first into the top turnbuckle, and Stan Lane in trouble.
What a tremendous move right there by Muta. That was a great move, and he did. He had Stan Lane unprotected face first into that turnbuckle. I don't even think Stan Lane knew what he was going to do with him.
Tag made. Here's the double team. Look at this. Stan Lane in trouble. Kendo Nagasaki now. Oh, he couldn't hold him back, and the tag is made. Here comes Steve Keirn, and he's on fire. Face first, Kendo Nagasaki, as he tried to get him in a head scissor of some sort. But that backfired on him, and now it is Steve Keirn in control.
It looked like he was trying to go for either a head scissor or perhaps a hurricane runner, but either way, he got caught and delivered face first to the mat. And now we see a different Steve Keirn.
Oh, he just busted him open with that butterfly DDT, and Steve Keirn playing it up to the crowd here at ringside. Tremendous action this week on Championship Wrestling from Florida. And the blood flowing down the face of Kendo Nagasaki. He's in trouble. Now he has Steve Keirn into the corner. One half of the Fabs, and they are in the wrong place right now.
Gut buster right there. Well done by Kendo Nagasaki, and he's got this thing in control. I mean, he's very close to putting it away, and the U.S. Tag Team Champions are suddenly looking like they've been pretty badly rattled. If you look at their, oh, look at this.
He had him in that grip, that nerve grip that they have allowed, even though a lot of people think it's a chokehold. Oh, no. Here it goes. He's got that green mist, and he's going to use it right in the face of Steve Keirn.
Oh, this could be it right here. A lot of people don't get up from this. He's down one.
Save is made by Stan Lane, or it was over. Steve Keirn is in trouble. Stan Lane from the apron just stuns Kendo Nagasaki, and this is back and forth. Fans, I'll tell you right now, this has been an incredible night early on. We have seen the House of Humperdinck shaken to its foundation. And now we are looking at the potential for the Florida Tag Team Champions to upset the United States Tag Team Champions.
Well, I'm really not sure how much of an upset you can call it. Obviously, if you're the Florida Tag Team Champions, that says a great thing about you, that you're the best in the state of Florida. But when you're the United States Champions, you know, obviously that means you're the best in the entire country. But that's really probably because you can make the argument because the Temple of Five members haven't had the opportunity to go after the tag titles for the United States. So certainly not because they aren't capable of becoming the United States Tag Team Champions.
Well, that's very true. We know they're capable. They're tremendously talented, and they prove it week in and week out. And now going to the face is Kendo Nagasaki as his own face, becoming a Crimson Mask as we speak. Tremendous suplex right there. Now the tag made, and the Great Muta comes in, but the tag also made, and Stan Lane, the fresh man for the Fabs, and he comes in with a big drop kick and stuns Muta with it.
Stan Lane taking advantage of the opportunity. Both teams sent in a fresh man, but Lane did not wait. He got over there quickly, and he hit.
Stan Lane with a big knee right to the face of Muta. We've seen the evolution of the Great Muta over the past several weeks. Tremendous leg sweep right there, nicely done. Springboard into a moonsault, and Muta with the opportunity did not go for the cover, which I think may have been a mistake. Steve Keirn outside the ring. No chance for him to make the save. Muta with that spinning handspring, back elbow, and it finds the mark.
Well, I tell you right now, that's a great move right there by Stan Lane to counter it. That jiu-jitsu style arm drag, nicely done using the weight, but look at this. Muta responds in kind.
And now Muta going all the way to the top rope. And this could be the moonsault. And there it is. He caught him.
Now the question is, will Steve Keirn make the save? And it looks like he will.
Well, he had to, because if he didn't, it was all over. You don't get up from that one. And now it is Muta sizing up the opposition, and he caught him. Stan Lane is not goofy with that one. Now Muta sizing him up again. He has him going up in the air, powerbomb, and not going to happen. Stan Lane fights his way out. Clothesline, and down goes Muta.
Now you see Kendo Nagasaki over there on the apron trying to make the tag, but Muta couldn't get there. He couldn't even reach his arm out because Stan Lane was all over him. There was a tag made there.
Double team now, and there it is. Flying drop kick right on the money, and Steve Kern shoots the leg. Will that be enough?
Well, we see Steve Kern in there, and Stan Lane wasn't able to pick off Kendo Nagasaki, and I'm not sure why. He should have. He was right there.
Kendo Nagasaki able to keep this move and this match alive. Steve Kern with that butterfly DDT on the unprotected head of the Great Muta, who seems to be out.
Yeah, he sat him up and he couldn't even stay. He just dropped right back down to the mat. Now Steve Kern going to work on the leg. If he can grind, look at this, right in the face. Right in the face of Kendo Nagasaki.
Steve Kern strutting right in the face of Kendo Nagasaki. Not showing respect. If anything, he's trying to get the ire up, maybe mentally remove him from his game plan. Kern now answering. Here comes another double team. There's the tag made. Another drop kick right on the money.
Well, this time Stan Lane's got it. He hooks the leg. Will that be enough? Referee is down, but here comes Kendo Nagasaki, and again, they managed to find a way every time to stop the pinfall.
Yeah, it's been back and forth, but we know for a fact that this match should be over a long time ago. The Fabulous Ones have had numerous opportunities, and if it weren't for the save by the illegal member of the team, then this match would have been over. But it is tag team wrestling, and as long as the referee allows it.
And that's really the bottom line. Referee has to take control of a match like this. He's got to do something. It's like the way, however, Humperdinck was at ringside causing all kinds of havoc early on tonight. And then they finally just threw him out of the ring, out of the arena. That's what has to happen.
Oh, and he knocked him off the apron all the way to the floor, and now Muta in trouble.
Look at this, Stan Lane calling him. He wants him to get back up to his feet. Stan Lane's got an idea in his mind. Let's see what it is.
Well, Lane decides to err on the side of caution, I guess, and does not launch off that apron. It looked like he was going to do something, but it didn't happen. And now it is Muta. Oh, wait a minute. Wait just a minute.
He sprayed him in the face with that green mist, but look at this. Stan Lane doesn't miss a beat. Coming right back with that spinning sweep of the legs.
I don't know how he's doing it. He just got blinded with that green mist, and now it is Stan Lane going for the pin on Muta. Oh, I tell you, I thought it was over.
It was very close to being over, no doubt about that, I'll tell you. These two teams know each other very well. It's not their first meeting.
I still don't know how he withstood that mist. And now look at this. Stan Lane goes for the bridge. And he gets the win.
What a tremendous move right there. And Steve Kern made the save to make sure that this time Kendo Nagasaki wasn't going to get involved in it. As we take a look back now on some of the moments of this one. Dropping him down on his head with that DDT. Both teams with great opportunities in this one, but the winners at the end of the day are the NWA's U.S. Tag Team Champions, the Fabulous Ones.
Fans, we've still got the NWA World Champion, or excuse me, the NWA Florida Champion, Barry Windham, in action here coming up tonight. He'll be taking on the big outlaw, Ron Bass. You don't want to miss that. It's been a great night of wrestling, and we've got more right here for you on the Nation Network. Stay with us. All right, fans, as promised, we are back with more right here from the great state of Florida. As Mike Graham makes his way down to the ring, he's picked a great tag team partner tonight as he's going to be going up against members of the Temple of Five, Kevin Sullivan and the Purple Haze. Fans, we have to talk to you a little bit about a very special program that's going to be taking place here on the Nation Network. It'll be on April 8th, technically April 9th. So April 8th, WrestleMania taking place in the WWE, the annual supercard of wrestling. When that goes off the air about 2 hours later, we're going to be going live here on the Nation Network with a very special live stream that'll be 8 hours in length. And it's to raise money for the Extra Life charity. Play games, heal kids. And that is part of the Children's Miracle Network of hospitals. If you're not familiar with them, they do great work with kids who are facing life-threatening illnesses, helping the children and their families overcome these obstacles. What we're going to be doing is a very special broadcast to raise money for them during those 8 hours, and we want to see just how much this community can come together and help these kids out. We ask you to invite as many people as you can to the stream, but we're going to give you the address in between matches of where you can go and visit the page. If you want to make donations now, you don't have to wait till April 8th, but that will be the official event date as part of the Nation Network's attempt to raise funds for the Children's Miracle Network.
Well, indeed, very, very great organization. They do tremendous work with these families, so anything we can do to help out would be very much appreciated, and I know that you and I will be doing our part.
Absolutely, no doubt. As we take a look now at Kevin Sullivan and the Purple Haze. Members of the Temple of Five, and there is the Fallen Angel. Much like we saw with Oliver Humperdinck earlier, anytime the Fallen Angel's around the ring, usually bad things come.
Yeah, no doubt. I tell you, it has been one heck of a night of wrestling, and I don't think that's about to change now because we are getting a look at four guys who are looking forward to tearing each other apart, but perhaps none more than Mike Graham.
Indeed, Mike Graham is looking forward to the opportunity, any opportunity, to get his hands on Kevin Sullivan for all he has done. Essentially has cost Mike Graham his marriage. Tried to blackmail Mike Graham, and at a point in time it did work, where Mike Graham was a member of the Temple of Five, as Kevin Sullivan said he would be, and he was. But Graham was doing that just long enough to bide his time and take care of his business, and in doing so, that just became a much bigger deal.
I'll tell you right now, Mike Graham is absolutely throbbing at the bit. You can see it. He wants it, and he's going to go after it.
All right, Graham's going to start off, but it's going to be against the Purple Haze and not Kevin Sullivan, as I think he would have preferred. But all good things come to those who wait, I guess. Tremendous uppercut right there by the Purple Haze. Mike Graham now down on one knee, and the Haze continues to administer the punishment. But now here comes Mike Graham fighting his way back up. Charging right in and caught with a fireman's carry.
Well, this Purple Haze, say what you want about him, but the fact of the matter is he was once known as Mark Lewin, a tremendous, tremendous wrestler. And while Kevin Sullivan has clearly gotten into the head of this guy and turned him into something else, you don't forget what you know, and what he knows is wrestling.
And now, of course, Kevin Sullivan wants to get in the ring because Graham was at a disadvantage. But Mike Graham, deciding that he's not feeling so bad after all, perhaps led Kevin Sullivan to the ring to believe that he was more injured than he really was. Graham now walking into that big boot of Kevin Sullivan, who doesn't mind a good fight.
Now, Kevin Sullivan, say what you want about him. He's a little maniacal for sure. You know, I'm not sure that the oars are in the water or the lunch bag is completely packed, but he can fight. He will down and out throw fists with you, and he will brawl it out.
Tag made now. Here comes Kendall Windham, the youngest of the Windham clan. His father going up against Cowboy Ron Bass a week ago, and it didn't go very well. Now, look at this. Kendall Windham has got Kevin Sullivan, and there's the Bulldog. No love lost between the Sullivan clan and Kendall Windham. But here comes the Purple Haze with a barrage, and Kendall Windham is down.
The Purple Haze, I'll tell you, he's a tough guy. He is a big, tough guy, and he's under the mind spell of Kevin Sullivan. That's a dangerous combination right there. You got a guy who can do what he can do, and then you got a guy like Kevin Sullivan out there manipulating it. That's a real bad combination if you're Kendall Windham.
Kendall Windham on the receiving end of a lot of the punishment here, but he slipped out the back door, able to drop the Purple Haze on the back of his head, and now following up with a big elbow. Tag mate, here comes Mike Graham back into the ring. We see the Fallen Angel at ringside. Thus far, she has not interfered or interjected into this match. We'll see if that remains the case.
Well, after everything we saw with Oliver Humperdinck earlier tonight, it'd be nice to see somebody at ringside who just stays at ringside and doesn't become part of the story, but time will tell for sure.
Big right hand by Kevin Sullivan that time, and now he's got Mike Graham in trouble. Slams him in a turnbuckle and now throws him across the ring. Sullivan again. Driving the head of Mike Graham into the turnbuckle, makes the tag, and now the double team going on as the Purple Haze delivers a big boot to the midsection. Tag made, and now Mike Graham getting Kendall Windham back in. There's the Bulldog. Kendall Windham, tremendous move right there. Now look at this. Kendall Windham removing the top turnbuckle pad.
Well, that's something a little bit unusual. We don't usually see Kendall Windham doing that, but look at him taking advantage of it as he just drove the Purple Haze into that exposed steel ring, and now he's in trouble.
Windham driving the knees, taking a page out of the book of his father and brother right here. He may not be the biggest dog in the fight, but he's got that Texas blood running through him, and he is here for a purpose, and that purpose is to hand it out to the Temple of Five.
Well, he couldn't hold him up. The weight differential, I think, was a little too much, and I think the Purple Haze adjusted his weight at the right moment. He slips out the back door, and now it is Kendall Windham on the receiving end of this. Purple Haze has got to, oh, he didn't do it. I was going to say he's got to cut him off from making a tag.
Well, that is a big part of tag team wrestling, of course, is cutting the ring in half, making sure you maintain possession of your opponent and keep him in your corner, and that did not happen. And now look out. They're paying the price for it. Double back elbow. Kevin Sullivan's going to go for the cover here. Will that be enough? Mike Graham just barely able to come out the back door because there's no way Kendall Windham was going to make a save.
Look at Kevin Sullivan right now. He's just having a great time at the expense of Mike Graham.
Going to work on him right here. Mike Graham, Kevin Sullivan, back and forth they go. And now into that exposed steel ring, Mike Graham tasting the metal.
Well, Mike Graham does indeed go into that steel turnbuckle, but he comes back with a big knee lift, and it looks like he's going to make the tag, and here comes Kendall Windham. We'll see if he's had enough time to get the rest he needed. He stood outside the ring for a good little while, almost cost him the match.
He went for the Bulldog, and Kevin Sullivan was ready for it. Sidestepped it now. Sullivan with a neck breaker. Kevin Sullivan hammering down on the head of Kendall Windham.
Well, this guy is definitely a maniacal individual, and he'll do anything he can, especially against a member of the Windham family. There's a big pile driver.
Indeed, he got him with it. Now hooks the leg. The Purple Haze in the ring. He's going to try to stop Mike Graham, but he can't, and Graham makes the save. This one was probably over. And look at Graham still trying to get a hold of Kevin Sullivan, but the Purple Haze not allowing it, instead driving Graham into that steel turnbuckle.
Well, so far that exposed steel has really worked mostly against Kendall Windham, who was the one who took the turnbuckle pad off in the first place. His team has really been on the receiving end of most of that damage, and Mike Graham right now is out on the floor. He's no good to Kendall Windham in any way, so he better maintain control.
And he does with a tremendous suplex, and Kevin Sullivan down. Irish whip into the turnbuckle he goes. Kevin Sullivan now from the middle rope. What's he got in mind? The elbow finds the mark, and Kendall Windham's in trouble.
Well, again, you see the smart move right there to move Kendall Windham away from his corner. Even though Mike Graham's not even on the apron to make the tag, he doesn't want to have the opportunity arise, so he cuts the ring in half, and now the Purple Haze can go to work from the middle rope.
Big splash by the Purple Haze, and now goes for the cover, and that might be all she wrote for Kendall Windham.
Out the back door, he just barely kicks out. Mike Graham is back up into the apron. But these two men are in trouble. I think the Temple of Five really have control of this match, and unless something changes quickly.
Purple Haze now slingshotting Kendall Windham back across the ring. Spiking the knee into the canvas. And now Kendall Windham with that jawbreaker stunning the Purple Haze. He shoots the leg, going for the figure four leg lock, and he's got it on him.
He just caught the ropes. Referee called it. Purple Haze grabbed the bottom rope, and the referee broke the hold. Now look at this.
Well, this is what we talked about earlier. The fallen angel for the first time, and she is now involved in this match, distracting Kendall Windham. Into the turnbuckle, and there's the tag. The double team, and now Sullivan and the Purple Haze going to work. Double back body drop, and Kendall Windham coming down from high in the rafters.
Well, Kendall Windham has been in the ring a little bit too long, in my opinion, but Mike Graham should be good to go. He's had a good rest period. He looks okay on the apron, and you know he wants some Kevin Sullivan at this point.
Now, wrestling fans, we see Kevin Sullivan going for the belly-to-belly. Kendall Windham reversing that. And now sends the Prince of Darkness into the steel ring. That exposed steel ring of the turnbuckle. Kendall Windham has got him. What's he going to do here?
Well, whatever it was, that backfired, because look at this. Kevin Sullivan telling everyone, I have the brain here. And he does have a lot of experience that Kendall Windham is still gaining. But we saw earlier tonight, Sam Houston overcoming that.
Well, he did. Look at Kevin Sullivan just busted Kendall Windham wide open. The blood cascading down the face. Mike Graham barely able to get in there in time. I'll tell you right now. Oh, there he goes with that big left right to the head. And doing further damage to that open wound on the head of Kendall Windham, I beg your pardon. Whose face quickly becoming a crimson mask.
Well, as that blood starts to flow and starts to go into the eyes, it really makes it difficult. You can't see clearly. And the next thing you know, your eyes start to burn from the salt, and it's really a bad situation. And Kendall Windham smartly tagging out to Mike Graham.
And Mike Graham wasting no time now, going to work on Kevin Sullivan. There are dues to be paid here, and now Graham. There, he got him.
Well, usually he'll turn that into a pinning combination, but this time he wasn't able to. But he hooks the leg anyway, and Kevin Sullivan is down and in trouble.
He got out. He got out. His shoulder coming off the mat just in the nick of time.
Fans, things are going from bad to worse right now for Kevin Sullivan and the Temple of Five. It hasn't been a good night for the bad guys, I can tell you that.
Neck breaker right there by by Kevin Sullivan. And Mike Graham once again on the receiving end. One of the most personal feuds in wrestling today, right here, Kevin Sullivan and Mike Graham. Mike Graham was up for the powerbomb, but he turned it inside out, and now it is Kevin Sullivan in trouble.
Well, indeed, he is in trouble, and now what's Graham got in mind? He hooks the leg, his feet up on the ropes. He's going to steal one if he can.
The Purple Haze able to break it up, but yeah, he's going to do anything he's got to do to beat Kevin Sullivan. Mike Graham off the ropes. What's he planning?
Well, whatever it is, I think he had enough. Oh, look at this. Right to the eyes.
He rakes the eyes of Kevin Sullivan. I told you, this is brutality at its best. You're not going to see a wrestling match between these two men. This is a brawl. Now Sullivan working him over in the corner. What's he going to do? Driving that knee right into the face of Mike Graham. And now going to work on the leg.
Mike Graham has had a lot of opportunities here, but Kevin Sullivan taking advantage of the ones he's got with a big knee lift to follow all that up. Kevin Sullivan has been in the driver's seat for the past several moments. You see Kendall Windham desperate to make the tag, reaching into his partner.
Mike Graham has him up, couldn't hold him though, and Sullivan taking advantage again, dropping Graham on the back of his head. You get the feeling that Kevin Sullivan could have at least attempted a pinfall, but I don't think he wants to. I think at this point in time, he really just wants to hand out more punishment. There it is, the golden spike by Kevin Sullivan.
Oh, and the save made by Kendall Windham, it would have been over. We've seen that golden spike.
Well, he says it is a prize move he was given by the great Abu-Dhabi, if you believe in that. I'm not sure that anyone's ever seen the great Abu-Dhabi other than Kevin Sullivan, and I'm not sure that he was actually not under some form of hypnosis when that happened, but all things equal. Oh, back elbow finds the mark, and look at the blood pouring down the face of Kevin Sullivan. And now Mike Graham, invigorated by the sight of the blood of the Prince of Darkness.
Oh, Kevin Sullivan is in a lot of trouble, and he just got followed up by going into that steel exposed ring of the turnbuckle. And now Graham hooking the leg. I thought he might put his feet up on the ropes again.
The Purple Haze once again there to make the save, or it would have been over. Mike Graham continues to do a number on Kevin Sullivan. Irish whip into the turnbuckle, and now Kevin Sullivan following Mike Graham up. Here it comes. Charges in, and now Graham. Graham's been busted open.
All right, 3 out of 4 members of this match are now bleeding profusely from their heads. That's the kind of match this is. That's the kind of war this has been. This is as personal as it gets, folks.
This is professional wrestling. And now Kevin Sullivan has Mike Graham. Pile driver, down he goes. And Graham, look at the blood. The crimson mass that is the face of Mike Graham. Here comes the cover referee. Again, the save made. Kendall Windham thrown over the top rope. Look at the face of Mike Graham. Man, he is in trouble. Referee may have to step in and stop this one.
Yeah, Graham is really, really busted open badly. We've got 3 guys that are bleeding, but nothing like what Mike Graham right now. He's really hemorrhaging blood. The referee's going to have to do something.
The purple haze from 3/4 of the ring away, splashing down across the chest of Mike Graham. Graham is up, and Graham, look at this! What a move by Graham, turning the tide. Look at, he doesn't know what day it is. He just reaches up and realizes that he is bleeding, and I think he now knows just about how bad it is, and it is bad, fans. But Mike Graham will not give up, and there's a running Bulldog. Graham hooking the leg of the purple haze. Will that be enough?
He's got him down for 2 and almost a 3 count. That was very close again.
And Graham going to the eyes of the purple haze. He doesn't care. You know, the rules throw him out the window. There's the move. And will it be enough? He got him.
What a move right there by Mike Graham. We were calling for the bell because of the damage Mike Graham had taken. But Mike Graham said, I'm not done yet. I still got plenty left to go, and he proved it.
The pile driver by Kevin Sullivan. As we take a look back at that busted open the head of Kendall Windham, did a number on him, and we thought for a moment that that was going to be the match. The figure 4, but he grabbed right there. You saw him get the bottom rope, and that had to be released. Kendall Windham again dropped on the point of his head, but it was Mike Graham pulling off the big move. And a tremendous victory from Mike Graham and Kendall Windham. Fans, we still have the Florida Heavyweight Champion Barry Windham yet to come. Stay with us.
Tremendous, tremendous wrestling action.
All right, fans, we are being joined right now in the broadcast position with Kevin Sullivan. And Mr. Sullivan, you can't be happy with the way things just turned out.
You know something? I'm going to tell you something right now, Mike Graham. I have had enough. I've had enough of you. This has to come to an end one way or another. So if you think you got Kevin Sullivan's number, if you think you're going to take down a Temple of 5, then I say, why not now?
Well, the match just concluded, and I'm afraid you were on the losing end of that one.
I am not talking about the match that was. I'm talking about the match that has to be.
Well, I don't know exactly. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Just a moment, gentlemen, please. Mike Graham, if you'll stay on your side of the podium, let's keep some decorum here.
I'm going to stay on my side. Kevin Sullivan, you better stay on your side because I just showed you what happens when you get in my face. You wanted to make this personal? You want to bring this thing to a head? I'm all about it. And I know just the match. You think you got a number? You think you got my number? You want a match? I want a match. And I want a match that you can't run from me. I want a match that there will be a clear-cut winner. Well, that's fine by me, and as a matter of fact, we will do it by your rules. I've known about your temple. I've seen the insides of it, and I know about the temple death match. You want to get with me in a temple death match. That's what you're proposing. No. I want you in a temple death match that means something more. You see, what you've taken from me, I can't get back. but I can take it from you.
What exactly are you referring to, Mr. Graham?
Temple death match with Kevin Sullivan. And if I win, I take the fallen angel with me.
Are you kidding? You're saying that the fallen angel goes to Mike Graham if you win the match?
That's exactly what I'm saying. If you got the guts, Sullivan, you want to wrestle me. You want to go in a temple with me. Temple death match with Kevin Sullivan. I have nothing to fear because I will never lose a temple death match, especially not to you, Mike Graham. Find out when, make it happen.
All right, fans, you heard it. There's going to be a temple death match between whatever the hell that is, between Kevin Sullivan, Mike Graham, and if Mike Graham wins, he gets the fallen angel.
Hey, one more thing. No. If I win, what do I get? You can get anything you want because you're not going to win. Fine, then you have nothing to worry about. But if I win, Mike Graham leaves the state of Florida for 60 days. You got it.
All right, fans, it's official. There will be a Temple of Death match between Kevin Sullivan and Mike Graham. If Mike Graham wins, he gets the fallen angel. If Kevin Sullivan wins, Mike Graham leaves the state of Florida for 60 days. We'll be back. Fans, once again, we want to remind you all, the Extra Life Play Games Heel Kids event will be coming up right here on the Nation Network April 8th, technically April 9th. After WrestleMania goes off the air on April 8th, 2 hours later, we'll begin a live stream for 8 hours to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. We invite you to join us for that. You can see the website down below that you can join. You can go there now if you want to make a donation, or you can wait till April 8th. Either way, it is for a great cause, and we ask you to please join us for that event. All right, wrestling fans, this is our main event of the evening. It is a non-title match. We're going to see the big cowboy Ron Bass going up one-on-one against a man he's very familiar with in Barry Windham.
Well, indeed, both of these men are very familiar with one another. You know, Ron Bass and, of course, Blackjack Mulligan, their ties go so deep into the state of Texas. The history and the feud between those families is legendary, to say the least. And even last week, it was Blackjack Mulligan going up against Ron Bass, and things didn't quite go out very well for Blackjack Mulligan in that one. And Barry Windham perhaps looking for a taste of revenge here and defending the family name, if you would.
Well, the Windhams have had a good night tonight, I can tell you that much right now. Saw Kendall Windham moments ago going in the ring in a tag team match with Mike Graham, and they were victorious over Kevin Sullivan and the Purple Haze. Now let's see if his brother can have equal success. He is the Florida Heavyweight Champion. This is a non-title match here tonight in our main event.
You know, when you talk about this being the main event, you look at the card we've had tonight. What does that say? I mean, what a tremendous night of wrestling we've had here in Florida as the heat just keeps on turning up, and we just saw now what to look forward to. We don't know when this match is going to take place yet, but it's going to be a Temple Death match, and it's going to be absolutely off the hook. I can guarantee you if it's a Temple Death match and Kevin Sullivan has something to do with it, it's going to be absolutely off the hook. It's going to be sick. It's going to be crazy. And then when you look at the stakes, you know, one person's going to be leaving the state for 60 days if he loses. And in the other case, it's possible that the Fallen Angel may end up leaving to go with Mike Graham.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I've never seen a match anything like it before, and it's going to be intriguing as we get more information on the details of the match and when it's actually going to take place. Barry Windham now Irish whip to the ropes, and he comes back out. The big cowboy missing with the boot. Barry Windham back in control. Youngster from the state of Texas. He's a big kid, though, I'll tell you right now, and he just took down Cowboy Ron Bass, made it look relatively easy, and it is not, I assure you. And fans, we remind you that we are 24 hours away from ending all the conspiracies, from ending all of the innuendos. We will find out what organization is joining us here on the Nation Network in 24 hours.
Yeah, ever since the big conference a week ago, the State of the Nation address by the president of the FWF, the CEO, I should say, Vince McMahon, letting us know that, you know, WCW, or WCCW to be exact, doesn't currently have a champion. Therefore, they're not going to have their programming on the Nation Network at this time. Of course, everybody knows by now Jerry Lawler won that title back at Wrestling Star Wars and then took it and he left. He says, I'm not bringing it back. So what are you going to do?
Well, to the point of the CEO, they had other ideas in mind. They thought about a tournament to crown a new champion, things of that nature, but to his point, that just crowns the second best wrestler and says he's the best, and that is a conflict in itself. So while it's unfortunate things worked out the way they have at the moment, it's also the reality that we are dealing with. But the question remains, which organization will be filling that slot, and we're about to find out in 24 hours, and I can tell you for a fact I am extremely excited to find out.
Yeah, I think we all are. There's been a lot of anticipation for the past 6 days, and tomorrow that all comes to an end.
Cowboy Ron Bass has him up and just drove Barry Windham into the canvas deep in the corner. And now Bass hooks the leg of the Florida champion. He gets two, and Barry Windham out the back door.
That was a tremendous power slam. Really shook the ring a little bit, and it also shook Barry Windham quite a bit. Now Bass is sizing up the Florida champion.
Oh, he's got the claw hold on him. Ron Bass with a claw. Barry Windham's in trouble. Referee checking on Windham to see if he wants to give it up. Barry Windham fighting his way out, and he does.
Wow, you don't see too many people able to do that. Barry Windham is one of the few that, oh, look at this now.
And now Barry Windham with a claw of his own, and he's digging deep into the rib cage. You see the pain on the face of Ron Bass as a result. This kid is really learning his way around in staggering form since becoming the Florida Heavyweight Champion after Lex Luger vacated the title after becoming the World Champion in the NWA.
Well, there's been an unfortunate set of circumstances that followed Lex Luger after that. He went from having all the gold that you could imagine a guy having to right now he's without any.
Oh, the referee just got taken out. I would say inadvertently, but he's managed to regain his senses relatively quickly.
Yeah, that was a glancing blow he took. I think if that were full force by a guy like Ron Bass, there's no way he'd be getting up anytime soon.
Barry Windham now on the middle rope. He's waiting on Ron Bass. He stuns him. And now Barry Windham with that tremendous leg drop.
Barry Windham caught him with that nice move, that lariat leg drop, and he caught him. And Ron Bass is in trouble. He just walked into a back elbow to follow that up.
Both of these men have had opportunities in this one, and right now it's going to come down to, I believe, who makes the big mistake. Windham with a DDT, and Ron Bass in trouble. Barry Windham hooks the leg.
Well, he gets a 2 count. Now, noticeable by his absence right here is Oliver Humperdinck, and we understand that Oliver Humperdinck is in the locker room area, and he's not happy at all the way the early matches went. The House of Humperdinck has definitely been rocked.
Oh, then speaking of rock, look what just happened there. Ron Bass took advantage of a moment, and Barry Windham bleeding heavily from the forehead. We've seen a lot of bloodshed here tonight on Championship Wrestling from Florida. Wow, it's a geyser now, and the face of Barry Windham is a crimson mask.
He drives him again down on that open wound, and I'll tell you, this is getting out of control. Windham's losing a lot of blood.
And now Ron Bass with that claw hold on the blood seeping through the fingers of Ron Bass. Referee checking on Barry Windham. And the Florida Heavyweight Champion powers out of the claw hold.
How in the world he did that, I have no idea. I thought for sure this match was over.
Now Windham again, he has a claw on the rib cage of Ron Bass. Look at the pain etched in the face of Mr. Bass.
Well, Windham goes for the cover there, but there's no way you're going to pin Ron Bass with just that. You got to put more damage together. You've got to put more moves together, and you've got to be, there's got to be more damage. You just didn't have enough impact to put away a guy like Ron Bass like that.
Well, to your point, Barry Windham now following up with some tremendous move right there. A big fist drop right to the head. Now follows that up with the point of the elbow, finding the forehead of Ron Bass, who may be busted open soon himself if things don't change. That wound on the head of Barry Windham, though, not getting any better whatsoever. And the referee, you can see him closely looking at it, monitoring the situation. Irish whip into the turnbuckle he goes, and Ron Bass just got rocked. And here's that reverse belly to back suplex from the middle rope. Barry Windham thinks he's got him. Let's find out.
Well, Barry Windham's got the cover. He hooks the leg, and he got the 3 count on Ron Bass.
Unbelievable. Tremendous win for Barry Windham, and it's a bad night to be a member of the House of Humperdinck. Fans, we take a look back at some of the moments of this one, and it is indeed, it looked like Ron Bass may have had things in going his way, but that all changed quickly.
There you see it right there. Barry Windham with that big DDT. That really shook Ron Bass up, and I don't think he ever came back fully from that move.
That's where Barry Windham was busted open with that DDT from nowhere and then followed up with the pile driver. But Barry Windham, the Florida Heavyweight Champion, victorious over Ron Bass here tonight. The House of Humperdinck. Could there be a spring cleaning in sight? Fans, we thank you so much for joining us. We remind you on April 8th, join us for the Extra Life Marathon here on the Nation Network. Until then, this is Gordon Soley on behalf, saying so long, everyone.